Hi guys, how you doing? I'm doing okay. Over the weekend, Bernie Sanders, the Democrat hopeful of 2020, appeared on PBS for about almost an hour with answers to questions presented to him. And I wanted to do a video to respond to him. Okay? Now, before we get started, okay, the first thing I want to say is of all the Democrats and liberals and the press and the media, he is the only person on the left that I respect. Okay? And the reason why I respect Bernie Sanders is because he is honest and straightforward in stating opinions about Trump, Donald Trump. Everybody else has been spreading propaganda saying Trump is this or is that. He is it as if it's a fact. And Bernie Sanders doesn't do that. Bernie Sanders asserts his opinions as opinions, which they are. And we live in a great country where everybody's entitled to his or her opinion, regardless of whether we agree with the opinion. Okay, I disagree with so many things so many things he says, so many things he stands for, so many things he believes in. I disagree with them. But the fact that he asserts they are opinions, I have the utmost respect for him. Even though I totally disagree with him on practically everything, I still respect him because he states them as opinions. Now, as opposed to falsely claiming they're absolute bona fide facts, irrefutable facts. He asserts these are opinions because he says, I happen to believe, that's an opinion. I believe, that's an opinion. I think, that's an opinion. That's what he thinks, that's what he believes, and that's what he happens to believe. Those are his feelings and his opinions. These are not facts he's stating. He's already saying straight out, from right out of the gate, these are opinions, and these are my thoughts, and these are my feelings, and that's all they are. They're nothing more than that. What I'm saying are nothing more than opinions, feelings, and thoughts. And that I respect. I don't agree with him, but I respect him because he is stating right out of the gate, out of everything he says, right before he says it, he says, I'm telling you, these are my feelings, these are my thoughts, these are my opinions. You can agree or disagree, but this is me, and this is what I feel, this is what I think, this is what I believe. Okay, I'm not saying these are facts, these are my feelings, my thoughts, my beliefs. And for that reason, and that reason only, I respect Bernie Sanders. Like I said, I don't agree with him. I think he's a lunatic. I think he's crazy. That's my opinion. Okay? And we live in a wonderful country where we are entitled under the First Amendment, freedom of speech, that we are free to say what we think, what we feel, although there are, things that we are not allowed to say, like we're not allowed to shout fire in a crowded theater where there is no fire, okay, but we can express our thoughts and our feelings. You can disagree with them, and let's keep our friendship, basically. Now, or I can respect you because you're stating opinions and not facts. So, just want to get that out of the way first. Now, let's start with the first things he says, and I'm going to break it down piece by piece. Okay.
I happen to believe that Trump is perhaps the most dangerous president in the history of the United States.
Okay. That is the opinion I happen to believe. He is the most dangerous. Okay. Now, I will address that. I will first say, if he is the most dangerous president, why did Nancy Pelosi hold on to the articles of impeachment for 4 weeks, thereby allowing Trump to stay in power 4 weeks longer than he would have otherwise if he is so dangerous? So in my opinion, Nancy Pelosi, if she agrees with Bernie Sanders, and I think she does, that Trump is corrupt and dangerous, why did she allow him to stay in power 4 weeks longer than otherwise by holding the articles of impeachment for about a month? So that's reckless on Ms. Pelosi's part. Okay, but let's take most dangerous. Let's take this claim of he's the most dangerous. And I will address that right now.
I've never said I'm a perfect person, nor pretended to be someone that I'm not. I've said and done things I regret, and the words released today on this more than a decade-old video are one of them. Anyone who knows me knows these words don't reflect who I am. I said it, I was wrong, and I apologize.
Wow. A dangerous president who apologizes for doing something wrong, for admitting he did something wrong and apologized. Wow, that's a hell of a dangerous president.
I've traveled the country talking about change for America, but my travels have also changed me. I've spent time with grieving mothers who've lost their children, laid off workers whose jobs have gone to other countries, and people from all walks of life who just want a better future. I have gotten to know the great people of our country, and I've been humbled by the faith they've placed in me. I pledge to be a better man tomorrow and will never, ever let you down.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that is a very dangerous president. Okay. But like I said, Mr. Sanders, you're definitely entitled to your opinion. Okay, again, he before he said, I happen to believe. Now here he is saying, I think he is. Sanders is not stating that he is in fact, but Sanders is saying, I think he is. I think he is. I believe that he is. I think so. I think he is. Other people may disagree with me, but I think he is. And that I respect him for. I think he is. Now, we're going to go over one of these opinions one at a time.
With no joy in my heart. I think he's a pathological liar.
I think he's a pathological liar. I am not sure that he is. It is my belief and my thought, my opinion, my feeling. I think he's a pathological liar. Now, if he's a pathological liar and he's in his 60s, how come all of a sudden, after spending, 40, 50, 60 years in public spotlight, how come now they're saying this about him? How did he all of a sudden go from being a truthful man to a pathological liar? That all of a sudden you're going to start lying right away. I mean, really. And this is suggesting that every single politician that has ever been in Washington tells the absolute truth 24/7. Now that is unrealistic. that every single president, senator, politician, everywhere, for so many decades, they all tell the absolute truth all the time. Because everybody keeps saying that about him. He's a liar, he's a liar, he's a pathological liar. Really? So all of a sudden, after so many years, now they're worried about a liar as a politician? Or a liar in Washington, D.C.? That no other senator, congressman, president, vice president, everybody in Washington, they all tell the truth all the time. They never, ever, ever lie about anything. So for him to assert the reason why this President Trump is so horrible and corrupt is because he is a pathological liar. And all the presidents, all the senators, all the congressmen, all the politicians, everybody in Washington before Trump, they all told the absolute truth all the time. They never, ever, ever told a single non-truth. They all told the absolute truth all the time. So I think, like I said, he's entitled to his opinion. But I'm sorry, Mr. Sanders, I respect you by being honest in stating this is your opinion. I disagree with you, sir, wholeheartedly. And he's saying, I think his administration is corrupt. Really. His administration is corrupt. Now, again, that's his opinion. And he's entitled to his opinion. And even though I disagree with him, I will fight to the death his right to state his opinion, even though I disagree with it.
I think his administration is corrupt. I think he's a racist.
Okay. Again, he's saying, I think he's a racist. I think he's a racist. Okay, well, let's address that. You think he's a racist? Well, let's see if your opinion is based on reality.
Left and white supremacists on the same moral plane.
I'm not putting anybody on a moral plane. What I'm saying is this. You had a group on one side and you had a group on the other, and they came at each other with clubs, and it was vicious, and it was horrible, and it was a horrible thing to watch. But there is another side. There was a group on this side, you can call them the left, or you've just called them the left, that came violently attacking the other group. So you can say what you want, but that's the way it is.
On both sides, sir? You said there was hatred, there was violence on both sides.
Well, I do think there's blame. Yes, I think there's blame on both sides. You look at both sides. I think there's blame on both sides, and I have no doubt about it, and you don't have any doubt about it either. And if you reported it accurately, you would say.
They showed up in Charlottesville to protest.
Excuse me, they didn't put themselves down as you, and you had some very bad people in that group. But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides. You had people in that group, excuse me, I saw the same pictures as you did. You had people in that group that were there to protest the taking down of, to them, a very, very important statue.
Now listen to what he said about the neo-Nazis and everything about that side. He said there were bad people in that group.
They showed up in Charlottesville to protest.
Excuse me, they didn't put themselves down as you, and you had some very bad people in that group.
You had very bad people in that group. Listen again.
They showed up in Charlottesville to protest.
Excuse me, they didn't put themselves down as you, and you had some very bad people in that group. But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides. You had people in that group, excuse me, I saw the same pictures as you did. You had people in that group that were there to protest the taking down of, to them, a very, very important statue. So you know what? It's fine. You're changing history, you're changing culture, and you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But
They should be condemned totally. Listen to what he said. Now, he did not think he needed to say, I hereby condemn it. He didn't think he needed to say it. He thought what he said was sufficient enough, but apparently later on he thought, I guess that was not clear enough. But this is what he said on Saturday.
And you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
They should be condemned totally. That's what he said.
But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists, okay? And the press has treated them absolutely unfairly. Now, in the other group also, you had some fine people, but you also had troublemakers, and you see them come with the black outfits and with the helmets and with the baseball bats. You had a lot of bad people in the other group too.
Who has treated unfairly, sir? I'm sorry, I just didn't understand what you were saying. You were saying the press has treated white nationalists unfairly?
No.
I just didn't understand what you were saying.
No. There were people in that rally, and I looked the night before. If you look, there were people protesting very quietly the taking down of the statue of Robert E. Lee. I'm sure in that group there were some bad ones. The following day it looked like they had some rough, bad people. Neo-Nazis, white nationalists, whatever you want to call them. But you had a lot of people in that group that were there to innocently protest, and very legally protest, because, you know, I don't know if you know, they had a permit. The other group didn't have a permit.
Okay, there you go. The peaceful protesters had a permit, but the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists and white supremacists did not have a permit. And he once again said they were bad people. They were troublemakers, they were very bad people who were the neo-Nazis and so forth. And I already had said that communication is not an exact science, that listening and understanding is what is the most important aspect of communication. And so, when President Trump found out that he was misunderstood on Saturday, he returned to clarify his position so there was no doubt in anybody else's minds.
But based on the events that took place over the weekend in Charlottesville, Virginia, I would like to provide the nation with an update on the ongoing federal response to the horrific attack and violence that was witnessed by everyone. I just met with FBI Director Christopher Wray and Attorney General Jeff Sessions. The Department of Justice has opened a civil rights investigation into the deadly car attack that killed one innocent American and wounded 20 others. To anyone who acted criminally in this weekend's racist violence, you will be held fully accountable. Justice will be delivered. As I said on Saturday, we condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence. It has no place in America. And as I have said many times before, no matter the color of our skin, we all live under the same laws. We all salute the same great flag, and we are all made by the same Almighty God. We must love each other, show affection for each other, and unite together in condemnation of hatred, bigotry, and violence. We must rediscover the bonds of love and loyalty that bring us together as Americans. Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans. We are a nation founded on the truth that all of us are created equal. We are equal in the eyes of our Creator. We are equal under the law, and we are equal under our Constitution.
And here is President Trump again being questioned about his remark about the NFL players disrespecting our flag by kneeling during the national anthem. And he didn't notice the color of their skin at all. He didn't know, all he saw were Americans. He did not see race like the Democrats do. He sees everybody as one American family with so many members.
I think it's very disrespectful to our flag and to our country. So I certainly think the owners should do something about it. There was great solidarity. I watched a little bit. I was not watching the games today, believe me, I'm doing other things. But I watched a little bit, and I will say that there was tremendous solidarity for our flag and for our country.
Your friend, Robert Kraft, said he was disappointed by what you said on Friday.
Well, that's okay. Look, he's got to take his... He has to take his ideas and go with what he wants. I think it's very disrespectful to our country. I think it's very, very disrespectful to our flag. I like Bob very much. He's my friend, but he gave me a Super Bowl ring a month ago, right? So he's a good friend of mine. But and I want him to do what he wants to do. But we have a great country. We have great people representing our country, especially our soldiers, our first responders, and they should be treated with respect. And when you get on your knee and you don't respect the American flag or the anthem, that's not being treated with respect.
Are you claiming racial tantrums,
No, this has nothing to do with race. I've never said anything about race. This has nothing to do with race or anything else. This has to do with respect for our country and respect for our flag.
On the campaign trail, you called yourself a nationalist. Some people saw that as emboldening white nationalists. Now people are also
I don't know
saying
why you'd
that
say
the
that.
president...
That's such a racist
There are
question.
some people that say that now the Republican Party is seen as supporting white nationalists because of your rhetoric. What do you make of that?
I don't believe that. Just a racist
There are
question.
some people that say that now the Republican Party is seen as supporting white nationalists
Oh, I
because
don't
of your
believe
rhetoric.
that. I don't
What do
believe
you make of that?
I don't believe. I don't know. Why do I have my highest poll numbers ever with African Americans? Why do I have among the highest poll numbers with African Americans? I mean, why do I have my highest poll numbers? That's such a racist question. Honestly, I mean, I know you have it written down and you're going to tell me. Let me tell you, it's a racist question.
And Mr. President,
I love it. You know what the word is? I love our country. I do. You have nationalists, you have globalists. I also love the world. And I don't mind helping the world, but we have to straighten out our country first. We have a lot of problems.
And Ms.
Excuse me, but to say that, what you said, is so insulting to me. It's a very terrible thing that you said.
And Mr. President...
And now, those of you who don't know the difference between a nationalist and a globalist, President Trump explains it.
Frankly, not caring about our country. A globalist is a person that wants the globe to do well, frankly, not caring about our country so much. And you know what? We can't have that. You know, they have a word. It sort of became old-fashioned. It's called a nationalist. And I say, really, we're not supposed to use that word. You know what I am? I'm a nationalist, okay? I'm a nationalist.
Считаю своим долгом и смыслом всей своей жизни сделать все для России.
Okay, that I actually picked the wrong video. This is the one that I used in the other video, and this is what really it's all about. When other countries take advantage of us, like people take advantage of us, when we help somebody else and they take advantage of us. That's what President Trump is saying. When we care more about other people than we do ourselves, and we let other people take advantage of us, though that, you know, that's the difference between globalists and nationalists.
And I told all of the European nations it's not fair. We have all these horrible trade imbalances. They take such advantage, they're not taking advantage anymore, folks. Under Republican leadership, America is winning again. America is respected again because we are putting America first. We're putting America first. It hasn't happened in a lot of decades. We're putting them first. We're taking care of ourselves for a change, folks. Thank you. I like that guy, but not that much. Not that much. But radical Democrats want to turn back the clock for the rule of corrupt, power-hungry globalists. You know what a globalist is, right? You know what a globalist is. A globalist is a person that wants the globe to do well, frankly, not caring about our country so much. And you know what? We can't have that. You know, they have a word. It sort of became old-fashioned. It's called a nationalist. And I say, really, we're not supposed to use that word. You know what I am? I'm a nationalist, okay? I'm a nationalist. Nationalist. Nothing else. Use that word. Use that word.
USA, USA, not Trump, 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 and not white, white, white. It's USA, USA, USA. Okay, now we tackled Bernie Sanders' claim of Trump or opinion that he's a racist. Now the next accusation.
A sexist.
Okay, a sexist. Okay. Let's address that. Okay, this has to do with that video. This is where this sexist issue came from.
I've never said I'm a perfect person, nor pretended to be someone that I'm not. I've said and done things I regret, and the words released today on this more than a decade-old video are one of them. Anyone who knows me knows these words don't reflect who I am. I said it, I was wrong, and I apologize. I've traveled the country talking about change for America, but my travels have also changed me. I've spent time with grieving mothers who've lost their children, laid off workers whose jobs have gone to other countries, and people from all walks of life who just want a better future. I have gotten to know the great people of our country, and I've been humbled by the faith they placed in me. I pledge to be a better man tomorrow and will never, ever let you down.
So he admitted that what he said on that video was wrong. He was a different person then. I admit it. I did say it. I was wrong, and I apologize. All of us who ended up voting for Trump and all, we forgave him. We admitted, yeah, he's human. And he did something really, really stupid, and he admitted it. And he apologized, and he pledged to be a better man. So we forgave him. The Democrats and the liberals, however, have not forgiven him, and they're still holding on to this. So they have this grudge that they have against him, and they have never, ever forgiven him. But they're quick to forgive all the sins that the Democrats have apologized for what they've said and done in the past. They've forgiven them, gave them a rounding applause. Yay, yeah. But as far as another American apologizing for his sins of the past, they have not forgiven this American. Okay, now let's address the next opinion that he has about President Trump. That he thinks he's what?
Xenophobe,
Okay, xenophobe. Let's address that first. Homophobe, yeah. Okay, we'll address that next. But let's address xenophobe. What is a xenophobe? The word means a fear of strangers. If you go with the etymology of the word, that's what it means. Fear of strangers. And what is a stranger? A stranger is a person you do not know. Right? Because you meet a stranger. You get to talk to that stranger. You exchange information to each other. And then you get to know him, and then he or she is no longer a stranger. So we are all xenophobes. Every one of us. I'm a xenophobe. You're a xenophobe. Many women are xenophobes against people. Everybody is a xenophobe until they get to know you, and then you're no longer a stranger, and then they don't fear you. But I tell you, there were a few women I spoke with who first met me, and they were afraid of me. They are afraid of me. A lot of people are afraid of me until they get to know me, and then they're no longer afraid of me because I'm a stranger at first glance. I'm a stranger. You look at me, and you don't know me. Am I a good person? Am I violent? Am I aggressive? Have I murdered children? You don't know me until you get to know me. So people look at me and they look at my size and they judge me on my size and it says, oh my God, I wonder if he's violent. I'm so afraid if he's violent. Until they get to know me and then they realize I'm a big teddy bear. And then they're no longer afraid of me. So every one of us is a xenophobe. But if being a xenophobe is so bad, let's take a look at, now I'm a New Yorker. So, we support each other as New Yorkers, but we're a little xenophobe to the other people walking on the street, other people in cabs. We're all of us xenophobes. So that's universal. But let's take a look at some justifications for being a xenophobe. That we all are xenophobes.
I'm staying at Scott's place tonight. He lives in the penthouse. Are you gonna be okay getting home on your own?
She can stay at my place tonight. You can get naughty.
Stop kidding around.
No, it's okay. I need to get up tomorrow early anyway and get a head start.
It's Sunday. You're allowed one day off.
I know, I just don't like waiting till the last minute.
Let go, Linda. Everything doesn't need to be in on time, you know. I mean, you've been like this since school. Miss Goody Two-Shoes, getting everything in on time. Are you listening to me?
Yeah. It's just that woman.
Are you telling me you're gay now?
That's why you didn't want any Scotty love.
Guys, that woman has not stopped staring at us this entire time.
Maybe she's retarded.
Maybe you're retarded.
Guys, just leave her alone.
Fine. Leave you and your new friends alone.
Are you sure you don't want to come with us?
Yeah, I'm sure. Kind of busy weekend.
Yeah, one night out. Such a party girl. Woo!
You could fulfill one of my fantasies.
That's alright. I'll see you later.
Share. Don't tell him you'll see him later. I don't know if I like him yet.
You are such a hooker.
Bitch. I'll see you later. Bye.
Excuse me, miss. What stop is coming up next?
Pardon?
What's the next stop?
It's 5th Street.
Good. It's my stop. Wouldn't happen to be your stop, too, would it?
Why do you want to know?
No reason, just making small talk. I get nervous on these last trains home at night. Thought other people might do the same.
I'm fine.
Look, I'm not trying to pick you up or anything, but what would you say if I asked you to get off at the next stop?
I would say no. Now leave me alone.
Look, I'm not trying to take advantage of you. I think it's in your best interest if you get off at the next stop.
Are you threatening me?
No, that came out wrong. Just trust me on this one, please. I know this seems like the worst possible scenario, but please just get off at this stop. I'll give you my wallet, your keys, and I'll get off for you.
Oh, wait! Wait a minute!
It's 2025, a man and a woman in the last car. Yeah, in the last car.
What are you doing?
It's calling 911.
Why the hell did you want me to get off that train?
Did you notice anything strange about that car? Anything at all?
Not really.
Nothing? Nothing at all? You felt perfectly fine and relaxed.
Well, not relaxed, but it's the subway.
Did you notice the woman staring at you at the end of the car? With the man?
Yeah, I did.
I'm a doctor. You can check my ID. That woman was in the last stages of rigor mortis. Give me my phone back.
Is it a bad thing to be a xenophobe? Is it a terrible thing to be a xenophobe? To fear strangers? I don't think so. Anyway, that's it for now. I will continue in the next video in part 2. I'm a xenophobe. And I'm damn proud of it. Okay. Take it easy, guys. I'll see you later. Take care. Bye.